Mentioned Jennie Thompson. Two other big-name American stars are in.
And they, of course, are Kristen Maloney and Vanessa Atler, who, by the selection procedures, were entitled to petition right onto the World Championship team based on their past performances. Now, they petitioned because of injuries. Kristen Maloney has been dealing with a stress fracture in her shin, and she wants to save her legs for the Worlds in China. Now, Vanessa Atler has also been dealing with an ankle injury, but her situation is a lot more complicated because she shocked the gymnastics world after the U.S. Championships recently when she left her longtime coaches, Beth and Steve Rybacki. She'll go to China and compete in the Worlds. Where she will land when she comes home from China is up for grabs, and no one's talking right now.
Unlike Atler and Maloney, Jeanette Antolin did not compete at the national championships. She must earn her place at the Worlds here tonight. For more on that, let's go over to Kim Anthony. Kim?
Well, Chris, Jeanette had a phenomenal first day of competition, and tonight she will begin her competition on vault, along with Morgan White, who has had a pretty tough week. She's been battling coughing episodes and bronchitis on top of the other pressures she faces here at the trials, and she's been taking antibiotics, but she has such a tiny frame that still the flu is definitely taking its toll on her body. We'll have to see if she's able to make it through all 4 events.
We start our competition with 14-year-old Tasha Schweikert, the youngest gymnast in the competition. Hails from Las Vegas, Nevada.
She had some difficulty in day 1 of the trials, only scored an 8.12, 8.712, pardon me, on this event. All right to the handstand, save it. Nice save. She almost fell the wrong way. Here's a release move, the reverse hecht. Nicely done. She scored a 9.45 at the USA Championship, so she has the potential to get a decent score on this event.
Good start.
Good for her, and a great save on that handstand on the low bar. Now, in order to get the maximum bonus for this move, she needs to land right in the handstand, and boy, did she. Now, it's not her intention to hold it for 2 seconds like the guys have to do, but she did show how composed she remained and managed to put the handstand over on the right side. She made the release move and finished beautifully.
Here now is Jeanette Antolin. She's 18 years old, born in Paradise, California, and she is the only sleeveless competitor that we will see tonight.
Her coach, Don Peters, thinks that because of her physique, that having sleeveless leotards makes her lines look a little bit longer. She's really powerful on this event.
Good job. Okay. Very good vault. Okay.
That was a gorgeous vault. There's her coach, Don Peters, who has coached many of the great U.S. gymnasts over the years.
World Championship team, but she was an alternate back in 1997.
Just a reminder that in women's gymnastics, the competitors get 2 vaults, and it's the average of their 2 scores that count.
And in this competition tonight, it's what they call competition 2, which means they have to do 2 different vaults. They can be from the same family of vaulting. And in this case, that is a 9.9 start value. So typical for Jeanette Antolin, on most all apparatus, she has very high start values, and that's going to give her a chance tonight to stay among the top 3 and make that team.
Come on, Nader.
And she has really creative routines, some unusual moves, which we'll see tonight. All right. Now, that vault should be based out of a 9.7 start value.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent start. Excellent start. You want to get your stuff.
First vault, darn good. 9.525 for Jeanette Antolin. So we'll take vault number 2, average amount, and that will be her score.
This is that Yurchenko style of vault, but she's going to turn onto the horse, front somersault with a half off of the horse. Nice technique, as she shows on all the apparatus.
Tasha Schweikert's bar score 9.475. So Schweikert off to a good start. Let's move now to 18-year-old Robin Phelps, a 12th grader at Magruder High School. She'll be on bars.
She's training with Kelly Hill at Hills Angels Gymnastics. She's been there a couple of years. For 4 years prior to that, she was in Cincinnati under Mary Lee Tracy. She's had some injury problems. That's why she's rather unknown at this elite level. At the 97 U.S. Championships, she had a stress fracture in her foot and was out. At the 98 Championships, she had a dislocated kneecap. So it's great to see that after coming back from those injuries, she was 8th this year at the USA Championships in the all-around. And it's good that she's finally getting a chance to compete at this level.
All right, we are underway here in Kansas City, Missouri. The 1999 USA Gymnastics World Team Trials will continue. The 1999 USA Gymnastics World Team Trials are being brought to you by Aussie Hair Care. We do hair a little different.
Great start.
Here is Jamie Dantzscher. She is 17 years old, born in Canoga Park, California, now living in San Dimas.
You want to talk about raw athletic power. This is an amazingly talented young athlete. Watch this vault. Man, she just flies so high and so far.
Dantzscher currently in 5th place. Once again, we'll repeat all night long that the top 3 make it. 4 and 5 do not, so she needs to move up.
This is going to help her. This is what they call the Phelps vault. It's a 9.8 start value, and boy, her technique and mechanics are outstanding. Great body position in the air. This comes from a 9.8 start value. Outstanding.
She is very dedicated. She drives 3 hours, 5 days a week to her gymnastics club. A 3-hour commute in California. That's tough.
Of course, that's only about 7 miles in L.A., isn't it?
You got that right.
She's trained by Beth and Steve Rybacki at the Charter Oak Gliders, Vanessa Atler's former team. Her second vault. Once again, outstanding mechanics. Now, this is out of a 9.6 start value. She had a 9.449 in day 1. There's Steve Rybacki.
I can. Right.
On the uneven bars, Robin Phelps scored a 9.312.
Robin Phelps on bars, showing improvement from day 1. Posts a 9.312. 9.312 for Phelps.
Now up on the uneven bars.
Next up on bars, here's 16-year-old Annabeth Eberly.
Scored only an 8.725 in this event in day 1 here. She'll hope to do a little bit better today. She comes into this performance with a routine that has a start value of 9.3. Nice catch on that release move. She trains out in Reno, Nevada at Stars Gymnastics.
And currently in 9th place, looking to make a move.
Derek Molenbeek is her coach. Oh, boy, she had to really pull that around to finish that double somersault forward at the end. Take a look at this pirouette to the top. That's what they call a blind change. Right into a double front somersault, a tough landing, and showing what a good athlete she is. She was way under-rotated, and yet she managed to find the floor and stay upright. Good going.
Jamie Dantzscher, score on vault, 9.418. Solid. Set on vault, she's 16 years old. Trains at the Cincinnati Gymnastics Academy under Mary Lee Tracy.
She had a rough night in day 1, dealing with that flu. Good for her. That's the best vault I've seen her do in a while. She looked really weak the other night, and she didn't really want to talk about the fact that she was sick. And Mary Lee Tracy, her coach, said, go ahead, it's okay to tell him.
Just about everybody in Cincinnati has the flu this week, don't they?
Stand up on the board, stand up off of the horse. You can do it, you can do it.
She has 3 terrific events. Vault is the one where she struggles the most because she doesn't quite have the power of someone like Jamie Dantzscher, but these mechanics are great. This vault comes from a 9.6 start value. It's called a Hristakieva, named after a famous Bulgarian gymnast. Look at that determination. Here's a young lady that just doesn't have the raw power some of the other gymnasts, but she makes up for it with that determination.
She is not the youngest competitor, but she's certainly the slightest, or smallest, if you will. They don't list heights, but she is definitely diminutive.
Not bad. Nice mechanics once again. The start value on that vault, or the degree of difficulty, is 9.5.
Yeah, that felt better than the last time.
Yeah.
Now, have you done everything you can do?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Ready for the next one. Good job.
Morgan White got a 9.125 on her first vault. That one a little bit better?
That was nice, but unfortunately the start value is a little bit lower, so I don't expect a better score for that. We're going to see her in her best events coming up a little later, particularly the bars.
Annabeth Eberly's score on the
Annabeth Eberly receives an 8.537. 8.537 for Eberly. The score for Morgan White, 9.118 on vault. All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have more from Municipal Auditorium right after this.
Tracy had some words about her mental concentration for that competition.
Those little mistakes on Saturday are going to break it. When you're still definitely running, you got to realize that in a meet like that, those little things make a huge difference.
I was just not with it. Did you see my wrist support thing?
It's not a good enough excuse. Just wasn't with it. Just isn't good enough excuse.
No. Wasn't focused, but I wasn't.
Is Beckerman focused tonight? We will find out. We'll see her vault in a moment. Now we're ready for 17-year-old Elise Ray on bars. She is our leader.
Score was an 8.075.
At the U.S. Championship, she was 6th in the all-around. She won the floor exercise, but ironically, this, her best event, she fell and didn't do well there.
Please welcome Elise Ray.
A huge score in day 1 here. Interestingly, she told us that she watered her routine back down. She's going to an easier routine for her, and yet she can still manage to get a high 9 on this. Watch this sequence here. Toe on full pirouette. Now this next one is a hop full pirouette. Beautiful position. Just notice her toe point, her straight body line, clean form, and then watch the difficulty on the dismount. This is why she is an incredible gymnast. She has it all. Occasionally you see a gymnast who's really powerful and acrobatic, but not necessarily clean. You have others that are really clean, but they can't do the big tricks. This young lady has got the whole package. This is a double laid out with a full twist. Look at the form in the air. Who's got the composure to point your toes in the middle of one of the most difficult moves you can do?
Did you ever point your toes in anything?
I've tried. Not as well as her. The older you get, the more your ankles are broken up and you can't point them very well.
That is for sure. All right, set for 18-year-old Alyssa Beckerman. Right now, she is holding on to 3rd place. That would be good enough for the final spot on the world team if she hangs on.
Once again, another Cincinnati gymnast here.
All right.
This is a 9.5 start value vault. This is the event where she's probably the weakest. She has 3 really good events: bars, beam, and floor occasionally. Vault is where she struggles a little bit. Nice technique. Actually, that was very high. She needs to add a little more difficulty, perhaps another half twist to get a higher start value, but the mechanics on that vault are very good.
Now for her second vault.
She herself has been dealing with an injury. Had a sore wrist from an incident on the vault recently. Nice and clean. Start value only of a 9.3 for that particular vault. Perhaps because of the injury, as well as playing it a little safe.
Okay, tighten
Maybe
up
a
and
smart
be ready,
move for her.
right? Put your stuff over here all the way in the back. Go around this way.
On the uneven bars,
Elise Ray, her score on bars, very nice. A very clean routine, and that keeps her in the lead. Next on bars, 16-year-old Milan Dodd. Hails from Seattle, Washington. She's an 11th grader at Roosevelt High School.
She competes for the Cascade Elite Gymnastics team under Frank Lee, 12th in the all-around at the national championships. And she had a disaster on the bar yesterday. Let's see if she can make these inverts and pirouettes. Nice release. In day one, she scored a 7.8. 2 times she missed pirouetting skills. Looks like she's going to be in good shape today. Going to be a lot better than 7.8. See that on her face.
So Milan Dodd, quite frankly, a long shot to make the team. Coming into that routine in this rotation, 13th out of 14. Alyssa Beckerman's score on vault, 8.962, the average. That should be good enough to hold on to that crucial 3rd spot. When we return, the double medalist, Amy Chow, will vault. Stay with us for that. Amy Chow, 21 years old now, 1996 Olympic team gold medalist. She received silver on bars. Right now, she's on vault.
Just 9 weeks ago, she broke her foot in a training accident and had surgery, so she's not doing the same difficulty that we normally see from her, but her mechanics were good on that. There's her coach, Mark Young. I was speaking to her other coach, Diane Amos, and it's very interesting for Amy because she was so overshadowed by the Shannon Millers and Dominique Molchanos and Carrie Strug on that 96 Olympic team. They said she's really enjoying the fact that she's a crowd favorite for the first time in her career, and that's inspiring her today. Beautiful push off the horse. She hasn't been doing her vaults consistently, only a couple of weeks of hard training, landing on hard surfaces.
She's been a member of 2 world championship teams. Interestingly, in 1995, she sprained her ankle 2 days prior to departure, which obviously hampered her efforts, trying to somehow find her way on to one more championship team. She's in 7th place.
And certainly the long-range plans for her are to make that Olympic team in Sydney.
Absolutely.
And she could help the U.S. team there a lot. Handspring pike, front with a half. Nice going.
Very quiet and unassuming is Amy Chow. Let's go back to the bars. Here is Erin Dooley. She's 17 years old, originally from Silver Springs, Maryland. Dooley currently in 11th place.
Watch this mount. It's a front with a half. And watch this second move coming up here. A free hip half turn to the high bar. Beautiful release move. Now, she only scored a 7.75. She had a disaster in day one here. She's much more aggressive today. Hey, good for her. I asked her coach, Kelly Hill, about those two moves, the first one and the second one, and she said, well, I know they're not beautiful, but they do earn bonus points, and they are kind of unique. It's nice to see some other than cookie cutter style gymnastics. Watch, this is a front with a half over the bar to a glide kip. And this transition is a free hip and a half turn to the high bar. Both of those moves earn her bonus tenths.
Amy Chow's score on vault is in, the average 8.906. Erin Dooley on bars at 8.70. Strong comeback from day one for Dooley. That is the end of rotation number one. Elise Ray continues to be our leader at the 1999 USA Gymnastics World Team Trials. Stay with us. Phelps in fifth, Morgan White dropping to sixth, Schweikert in seventh, and Chow in eighth. Chris Marlowe, Bart Connor, and Kim Anthony. Welcome back to Kansas City, Missouri. Robin Phelps set and ready to go. Once again, Phelps in fifth place. She needs good performances all the way now, Bart.
It's a pretty good event for her. She scored a 9.206 in day one. This should be a Yurchenko with a full twist. Start value of 9.5. She'll need a clean landing. Nice.
Robin Phelps.
Chatting with her coach, Kelly Hill.
Nice technique on this. Onto the horse backwards. Not quite the same height that we saw from Marlene Stevens, but not bad. Over-rotated slightly. Boy, you have to focus on this vault because she's going to turn around off and go backwards onto the horse. Your timing has to be right on. Not bad.
Now for her second vault.
Oh, great. This was the same style vault, but she added an extra half twist, which beefs up the start value from a 9.5 to a 9.8. Kelly Hill says, nice going, young lady.
Thanks.
First up on the uneven bars.
Next on uneven bars, Jamie Dantzscher. Dantzscher in fourth place, has been performing well.
She had to finesse her bar routine in day one here. A couple of elements she was off on, made a couple of good cover-ups. Oh, nice position right through the handstand. Gorgeous high release move. Man, can she fly. Oh, that's what she needed. This is exciting to see her respond. Beth and Steve Rybacki. She scored a 9.225 in day one on this event. A relief there because a couple of times yesterday she got caught in handstands and had to cover up, went the wrong way. This combination right to the handstand is important. And then, boy, does she torque. That Ginger release move, fly away with a half turn. And what's amazing about it is how she kept terrific form throughout.
On the vault, Robin Phelps.
Robin Phelps on vault, 9.268.
On the uneven bars, Jamie Dantzscher score was a 9.
Jamie Dantzscher's bar score is in, and that's a whopper 9.662, an outstanding score. And now that puts the pressure on Beckerman. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, Morgan White on the bars right after this.
1 through 7, from Kirk Gibson's blast against the A's to Jack Morrison's mastery of the brains. And in between, plenty of great plays, Fenway and say hey. So don't blow it. Watch the Ultimate World Series starting October 22nd, only on ESPN Classic. To get ESPN Classic, call 1-800-CLASSIC. Are you old school?
Morgan White just turned 16 a few months ago, and it's been a coming out kind of year for her on the senior level, and she's pleased with the way it's worked out.
If you would have told me last year that I would have had a chance of making the world team, it would have been hard for me to believe. So I think I've improved a lot since nationals last year, and I've reached more expectations than I thought I could even. I mean, this year has been really great for me.
Here is Morgan White. She has had a solid year, and right now she is in 6th place. After rotation 1, she dropped a bit.
She won the all-around at the Pan Am. She was 3rd on the bars. Watch this. This is where she specializes. Watch this move, a full pirouette. And again, now in inverted giant swing, she's going to do what they call an endo. Nice mechanics. Scored a 9.487 in day 1. Even that move, which is a little botched, is better. She's hoping to do a hop full pirouette. This is a good set. She's got more energy today. She was running out of gas dealing with the flu the other day. It looks like she's got a little more in her fuel tank today.
Pizzazz. Good routine.
That was all of it. Good job.
That was good. That was better. Better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Even congratulations from Beth Rybacki, who said, yes, it was better than yesterday. This is an important element here. The laid-out double-back somersault. She hopes to keep her body stretched throughout, and that was one of the best ones she's done. Normally, she pikes down a little bit more and takes a deduction for a break in the body line. Good for her.
The score for Morgan White on bars, terrific. 9.562. So a confidence builder for Morgan White. It's going to move her right back into contention. And her teammate Alyssa Beckerman is next. Once again, the top 3 here tonight go to Worlds. Beckerman currently in 3rd.
This is a very important routine for this young lady. I watched her in warm-up. She botched a couple of her skills. This is her favorite event. It can be her best event. She's very good at these pirouetting and invert type skills. Oh yeah. Nice. That's where she missed in the warm-up. Oh, she is really finessing this. This is nice. Mary Lee Tracy told her to focus better. She got through the difficult elements. All she has left is the laid-out double-back somersault. This is a clutch routine. Nice going.
She knows the Dantzscher is right behind her. She needed to put together a solid routine.
Okay. Don, you did a great job. Make sure that you find that focus again, all right?
Okay.
And to feel it, okay?
Yep.
If you feel like that again a little bit, squeeze your hands, find yourself.
Yeah.
Grounded. You got to feel yourself, okay? We're going to need a lot of power now. Now we got to think energy and power. Power and punches. Get that in your mind right now.
Here is our leader, Elise Ray.
We talked about how talented she is. This is the event where she is not quite as strong in terms of difficulty like the other events. But I have to admit, she has improved a lot here. Her mechanics are good, and it seems to be that her power is building up. This is the Yurchenko with a full twist, and when you look at the overall U.S. team going to China, Remember, there will be a Vanessa Atler there, who's one of the best vaulters in the world. There's a Kristen Maloney, who's also one of the best vaulters in the world. And when you mix that complete team together with someone like Elise Ray, the U.S. team looks pretty good going into China.
Now for her second vault, Elise Ray.
If she does the same as she did yesterday, she'll add another half twist onto this vault, a 9/8 start value. Good for her. Not a really solid landing, but a higher degree of difficulty, and this is where she's improved a little bit. Same type vault, the Yurchenko style. She didn't quite get a very good push off the horse. Her hands were on the front side of the horse and didn't quite get the kind of catapult effect that you would like to get off this horse, which, by the way, happens to be spring-loaded. Most all the apparatus these days is spring-loaded. Even the balance beam has springs.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Alyssa
Beckerman's score on bars terrific, 9.637. Dantzscher put pressure on her, and she responded.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Colgan Man.
You hear it at 743 Hickory Street.
They are.
Elise Ray's score on vault, an average of 9.256. That should keep her on top. Elise Ray has never won a competition as important as this one. We talked to her earlier about what it would mean to win here and make the world team.
Well, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, but I really want this. You know, it's really something that everything has led up to, and I think just being a part of the team would be such a fun thing, and being all together, because it's a world team trials, so it's like a team thing, and team meets are so much fun, and there's a great group of girls, so it should be really fun.
3 women have already secured their spots on the team. Jennie Thompson, Kristen Maloney in the middle, and Vanessa Atler.
Now to begin the second half of rotation.
The next to vault, 16-year-old Milan Dodd in 12th place in this competition.
She was also 12th in the all-around at the U.S. Championships a couple of weeks ago. Averaged 8.937 in day 1 of this competition. Hey, nice going. A little bit better than the first day.
Milan is a junior at Roosevelt High School in Seattle, Washington, where she's training with Frank Lee in Cascade Elite Gymnastics.
Couple of comments from her coach, Frank Lee. This is the Yurchenko style. 9.6 start value because she does a half turn and a laid out front. Good mechanics. Unlucky on the landing there.
Now for her second vault.
Vault number 2 for Milan Dodd on the way.
Well done, and a good landing. I think she was a little uptight about that vault. You could see it in her face before she went.
Good job. That was beautiful. Good landing.
As you heard Frank Lee say, nice landing. 9.5 is the start value, so she'll get a decent score, not a super high score.
Let's go back to the bars. Here is the silver medalist in Atlanta, Amy Chow, on her specialty.
Amy Chow.
She has some incredible moves. Watch this sequence here on the low bar. That's an endo. And the second endo was in a mixed L grip position, a move that's named after her. Oh, nice cover. She got right to the handstand. Almost went the wrong way, but saved it. Beautiful. Obviously, her uneven bars routine up to snuff, only limited by her ankle injury on the floor And the vault, really nice throwing. She can do a much more difficult dismount, but she hasn't taken very many landings. Oh, it's only been a couple of weeks and she's been landing on hard surfaces. So instead of doing what sometimes is a double twisting double, she did a straight double layout position. She's already got plenty of difficulty in this routine anyway. Here's a young lady that is an accomplished pianist. She's a diver. 2 years at Stanford University. She's taking a year off to train for the Sydney Olympics.
Score for Milan Dodd on vault 9.1. Average of 9.1 for Dodd.
Score of the vault. On the uneven bars, 9.55.
Amy Chow score on bars as anticipated. Good. 9.550. So 9.550 for the silver medalist. Still ahead, Jeanette Antolin on bars. More of the 1999 USA World Team Trials coming up. We're back in Kansas City for the 1999 USA Gymnastics World Team Trials. Moving right along, Jeanette Antolin on the uneven bars. She was third at this event at the U.S. Gymnastics Championship. She's good.
Oh, man, it's amazing. Don Peters has traditionally taught some really outstanding bar workers. In fact, years ago, back in 1978, the first gold medal won by an American was one of his gymnasts, Marcia Frederick. Watch this move. She's going to do a very exciting combination here. In the inverted giant position, she's going to go for a laid-out front somersault, and she made it. Now, if she can make the World Championship team and do that in China, she has a shot at getting that move named after her. Oh, she went the wrong way in the handstand. Oh. It's a major error. Tough dismount coming up.
Oh,
that's a tough break.
It's not going to kill you. Don't worry about it. Okay? It's a good cover. You did a good job fixing it after you got out of it. Okay? Just a little, that's a tap out of hair late on that. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just go. Get your hands off. Get ready for floor.
Boy, I sure love those positive comments from her coach. Don Peters not berating her, but encouraging her to keep it going. This is the move, a laid-out front somersault from the invert position. That was the hard move. Now, this move here is a tricky move where she transitions to the low bar, but she got caught, stuck in that handstand, had to go the wrong way, dragged her feet, kept it moving, didn't fall off, but it's a major deduction nonetheless.
Of course, she is very motivated to make this World Championship team. In 1997, she just missed. In fact, she was the alternate on that team.
Now up on the vault.
We'll get her score in a moment.
Second rotation,
Tasha Schweiker. Ready for her vault. Got a lot of the qualities you like in a young gymnast. Powerful, graceful. She's got a lot of bounce.
Okay. Little sloppy form there towards the end, but high and well done. Here's an interesting story about this young lady. She's just 14 years old, was born on the 21st of November in 1984. It so happens that she was a premature baby by 2 months. Had she been delivered on the date that she was supposed to be due, she would be age ineligible for these World Championships or the Olympics. She was born 8 weeks early, and therefore she makes it in terms of the calendar year, in terms of being age eligible to compete in the Worlds or the Olympics. They said she was so tiny when she was a preemie that they bought Cabbage Patch clothes to clothe her.
I heard that. That is unbelievable. Schweikert is in 7th place. It's not out of the question. But with just a couple of rotations left, she needs to hit.
You want one more nugget on her?
Yeah, I would.
Both of her parents are craps dealers at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
My favorite game.
You spent a little time at that table, haven't you?
Ride that pass line. Place the 6 and 8. No.
(9-1-6-2) her first vault score. Okay. Half on tuck front off out of the Yurchenko position. That's her coach, Cassie Rice. Former gymnast at the University of Oklahoma. She and her husband, Mike Rice, coach Tasha.
Well, rotation 2 is over. We're halfway to deciding the 3 final spots on the world team. And when we come back, we'll talk to Vanessa Atler about the recent upheaval in her gymnastics career. Stay with us. Received 9.250, Bart.
And you know what's interesting about that? The scores range from 8.95 to 9.4 for the judges, so they clearly didn't quite know what to do with her.
The standings after 2 rotations, Elise Ray continues to lead. Antolin stays in second place. Beckerman is third. Dantzscher is fourth. White, Phelps, and Chow. Morgan White warming up. We'll see her very, very soon on floor. We have mentioned that 3 women have already secured their spots on the team. Jennie Thompson left on the far side. Kristen Maloney in the middle, and Vanessa Atler on the right side. A little earlier today, Kim Anthony sat down with Vanessa Atler to find out what's going on.
Well, you finished USA's second, and since then you've decided to leave your coaches. What prompted that decision?
I was thinking about it for a while. I wanted to be more independent, and I was going through some personal changes, and I wasn't, you know, sure I was going to try to stick it out to Worlds, but after championships, I decided that I needed to leave right away. So.
Well, how do you think this will affect your performance at Worlds?
It's going to be hard, but I think actually it's going to be a little bit better because I'm more happy and I'm more confident in myself, and you know, making this move showed me that I can make this kind of decision, you know, even the hard ones. So.
Well, your biggest challenge so far has been being able to nail your bar routine in competition. Have you been able to make any changes?
Yes, I've made a change. I've actually taken out 2 of the moves that I've been having trouble with, and I think it's going to be good because it was easy for me to learn, and everything, you know, easier than the last routine that I did. So everything's going good with it.
Now, this will be your first time competing on the world team. You qualified obviously in 1997, but didn't meet the age requirement. How does it feel?
It's exciting. It's a little bit scary, you know, because I can't believe it's taken this long for me to actually get there, you know, because usually you go to Worlds, you know, a couple of Worlds before you go to the Olympics, and this is my only Worlds that I get, you know, so it's like a big honor too, you know, and it's a little scary, but it's exciting too. So.
Well, we certainly wish Vanessa all the best. She had been with the Rybackies for about 5 years, and certainly right now with the frustration and the pressure of being that next Mary Lou just a year out from the Olympics, we hope that she finds a happy and productive place for her to train. Whether she goes back to the Rybackies, we do not know, or whether she finds herself in another situation, we wish her the best.
Get my better side, please.
Okay, when we come back, rotation 3, Morgan White on floor. Stay with us.
Let's hop into new Aussie-land shampoos and conditioners.
Each new shampoo smells sweet and snappy. What bounce, what shines, is my hair happy? No tears or tangles when you shampoo. Let's hop to it with a kangaroo.
Aussie-land, let's hop to it.
The rugged Montana from Pontiac. With seats that create space on demand.
I need more room!
Pretty handy when you need room fast.
Never seen a minivan do that before.
Maybe it's not really a minivan. Life is more exciting in Montana. Like Pontiac.
Betty, do you have a date? Would you like to go to the dance? Many arrangements for the prom? Such a dork.
Isn't that a cute dress, Betty? Yeah. Last season.
Hi, Betty.
WCW Mayhem. It starts in the ring. It just doesn't have to end there.
Oh, my goodness. That was so rude.
Here at Bristol University, Professor Tom Jackson tries integrating real-life experiences into his curriculum. So now, when his students write about a blitzing defense, like the Broncos or Jets, they'll use more vivid imagery and stronger words like hemorrhage.
Sunday NFL Countdown at 11 on ESPN.
Kansas City, Missouri is Jazz City, USA, and has been since the 1920s. The city was home to hundreds of jazz and dance clubs throughout the 40s, and also home to jazz greats such as Charlie Bird Parker and the great Count Basie, who performed here in this very auditorium. In the 50s and 60s, vocal combos such as Milt Abel and Betty Miller continued the jazz tradition. And this week, we were lucky enough to stop by the Phoenix Jazz Club and hear Betty Miller's daughter, Betty Jo, keeping the jazz flowing. And if you come to Kansas City, check out the Jazz Museum here and the Blue Note nightclub exhibit. It will get you in the mood. Now let's get in the mood for more gymnastics. Standings after rotation number 2. Elise Ray, our leader. Jeanette Antolin in second, Alyssa Beckerman in third. They would be the team at the moment. Dantzscher is fourth, right behind Morgan White, Robin Phelps, Amy Chow, and Tasha Schweikert. Annabeth Eberly is up on beam. Eberly is currently in 11th place. At 8-3 and an 8-9 earlier in competition.
A couple of things to watch for in the balance beam routines. The gymnasts have to show an acrobatic series of 2 or more elements. Here is her 3-element acrobatic series. Nicely done. The judges also require the gymnast to show a series of dance elements, 2 or more. Another beautiful gymnastics acrobatic series, which is also a requirement. That rather simple but perilous full turn. Also something, one of the 7 special requirements that the judges demand.
I thought you were going to say one of the 7 ways you can fall off the beam.
There's a lot more than just 7.
Okay.
This is one of her favorite events. The other is the floor. So far, a pretty clean routine for her. Made most of her combinations. Good double.
Annabeth Eberly.
Cincinnati Gymnastics Academy, Morgan White.
All right, here we go with Morgan White.
run coming up here. To back with a half, to a front with a double twist. Out of bounds. She loses a 1/10 of a point for going out. A reminder, she's been battling the flu all week. This is where the lack of juice may show up. A little bit better than day one. Good for her.
Morgan White.
Good job, Morgan. Good job. You know what? You lost one in the 10th out of bounds, but you picked up a lot of other places, okay? So feel good about it. The 10th you didn't give away on the first pass. You know what I mean? So it was still a great set. All right, now get a lot of calming down, though. Come here, Beck.
Good comments from Mary Lee Tracy. It's an important tumbling run here. Whip to 2.5 twist to punch front. Terrific combination. Several bonus points. The second pass, this double twisting front, under twisted and slightly over rotated, causes her to take a step and then go out of bounds. So in total, that's a probably 2, maybe 3/10 of a point deduction.
Annabeth Everly's beam score is in, and it is outstanding. 9.450. The first day she had an 8.950, so big improvement. Morgan White's floor score 9.387. Even though she went out of bounds, a solid score. All right, we're coming back to Kansas City, Missouri. We'll take a short break. Alyssa Beckerman on floor, and Elise Ray will perform right after this.
This Beautiful Life, the new album from Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, featuring I Wanna Be Like You, in stores October 19th.
Buy and drive used cars flasher sales event at Paradise Ford. This Saturday and Sunday, used cars will be sold for as low as $79. Over $1 million in inventory to choose from.
And this is going to be my car.
This Saturday and Sunday at Paradise Ford, located at 2460 Honolulu Avenue, Montrose, North Glendale. Registration starts at 9 a.m. Gates open at 10 a.m. Arrive early for the best selection and pre-approval. Save big on pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, lease returns, and more. Interest rates as low as 5.9% APR. Drive off in a $79 car. Lenders on site for immediate delivery. Bad credit, no credit, we can help. This Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. at Paradise Ford.
You know, it's great to get out of town for a few days, especially in a Ford Explorer. You just throw in all your stuff and go where you want. And the four-wheel drive can take you places you never even thought of.
Ford makes the best-selling SUVs, from the Explorer to the Expedition. Nobody makes them work so well and look so good.
And you know the best thing about the Explorer? It cleans up really nice.
Alyssa Beckerman's coach, Mary Lee Tracy, celebrated a birthday here in Kansas City. We had a chance to talk to Alyssa about what she did for her coach on the occasion.
For Mary Lee's birthday, I gave her a crystal shooting star with, it has a candle that comes out of it, and just kind of symbolizes this year, because just all that we've been through this year, I feel like it's been like shooting up into something that I never dreamed I could achieve without her. So she's helped me make it possible, and that's why I gave it to her. I felt like she definitely deserves it.
We've heard Mary Lee Tracy and Alyssa Beckerman throughout this competition. They obviously have a close relationship, and one that has helped Beckerman improve her gymnastics. She begins her floor exercise in 3rd place, less than 3/10
gymnast, but the way she carries herself, she looks like she's a foot taller than anybody else here. It should be a triple full. Really get a nice score. The first day, she went out of bounds and stumbled on that last pass as well.
Exhale.
First two passes were beautiful. The dance was beautiful. Very good. Let's got one more. Listen, you know what? You gotta get focused pretty quickly, okay? I mean, not like this is a hyper event, okay? Now you gotta get calm. Let go of these 3 events, but we gotta stay in the program for this 4th event, okay?
Let's take a look at this triple full at the end of the routine. Not as high as sometimes. Didn't quite make the rotation around, but she is so good at finessing her movements and her landings.
Man, that was...
She normally gets the benefit of the doubt from the judges.
Yep.
We go back to the beam. Our leader, Elise Ray, the 12th grader at Wild Lake High School. It's in Maryland.
This should be another treat. A good place for her to show off her exquisite lines and excellent technique. Nice double turn in combination. When you look at her body line, her toe point, and her leg extension, it reminds you somewhat of Lilia Podkopaeva, the '96 Olympic all-around champion who was one of the more complete gymnasts in recent years. Elise has all of those qualities. We've known that about her for a long time, but what we're seeing here that is new is this aggressive, competitive look. I think she likes this new situation.
I think that's something she's just maturing into, or the coaches have instilled in her.
Well, I think the idea, the fact that you saw Kristen Maloney and Vanessa Atler and Jennie Thompson sitting on the sidelines, it's a chance for Elise to shine, and I think she's really enjoying that. Normally, she's overshadowed by those 3 hot shots. This is a dismount that you see from Svetlana Horkina, the Russian world and Olympic champion. Elise does it beautifully.
Next on floor, Amy Chow. Let's check Chow. At the moment, she is in 7th place. A remote chance of making it on the team, but a big crowd favorite.
This is just so nice to see. Couldn't be happier for this young lady. She already has an Olympic gold medal, a silver medal, but she still wants to be a part of the action here.
Smart throw at the end, too. You did a nice job of presentation to the team. That's what we wanted to see.
A little splash.
This is a true test of how strong that foot is. This is a tough pass. Whip back through to a full twisting double in the pike position. She landed low. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on that broken foot. She was happy to make it.
Elise Ray's score on beam 9.537. Had a 9.737 day one, so she has been outstanding on beam. Alyssa Beckerman on floor 9.612. A great score, and now she is just one routine away from her first World Championship team.
Amy
Chow on floor 8.425. 8.425 for Amy Chow. We're going to step aside. When we come back, more of the 1999 USA Gymnastics World Team Trials. Don't go away.
Excuse me, number 8 bus go here. About number 9.
What are you looking at?
Dry cleaners wouldn't take a check again, eh, Nigel?
Use Visa check card. It automatically deducts from your checking account everywhere Visa's accepted. So you can get what you need and get on with life.
Red is not a color. It's a century-old, kiln-roasted, tawny malt. Traditional Irish taste. Which makes Killian's Irish Red bolder, richer, creamier. One look says a lot.
How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
From the director of 7.
The first rule of Fight Club is do not talk about Fight Club. We gotta take Fight Club up a notch. What did you guys do? Without pain, we would have nothing.
What kind of sick game are you playing?
Brad Pitt.
We're not killing any more men. We're setting them free.
This is too much.
Edward Norton.
Something terrible is about to happen.
What did you expect?
Fight Club. Rated R. Friday only in theaters.
The Buccaneers and the Packers go head-to-head on ESPN Sunday Night Football.
It's gonna be a battle of the bays, baby.
I don't get it.
Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. The battle of the bays.
You know what I like? I like that Old Bay seasoning. Makes a really tasty crab. Is that from Tampa Bay?
What?
I love a good crab, but shellfish repeats on me like nobody's business.
Oh, real nice.
It's the Buccaneers against the Packers on ESPN Sunday Night Football. It all begins with NFL primetime at 7:30.
Let's continue now with Jeanette Antolin on floor. At the moment, she is on the World Championship team in second place. She is looking to stay there with this routine.
Jeanette Antolin.
She has a new first tumbling pass. Is going to be a double layout right to a punch front. She struggled with it in practice. But it's not her nature to hold back, so here we go. Oh yeah, best one she's done. landing. How nice when day in and day out you see so many cookie cutter type routines in gymnastics, everyone doing the same elements.
That's beautiful.
Don Peters knows it worked. The Gone with the Wind music was terrific for her.
That was better than
tumbling was awesome.
Definitely better than the other one. Good job. Okay.
Excellent. You're
Good
great.
job.
Just great. Wonderful.
That's what we needed, dear. That's what we needed.
That should be more than enough to keep her in the top 3.
Only a few people in the world who can do that. This tumbling pass, double layout right to a punch front. One of the others is the American Vanessa Atler, who she should join on that world team in China with a routine like that.
Jeanette Antolin on floor, utilizing some outstanding tumbling passes. 9-6, 3-7. Some of the best floor work we've seen from Jeanette.
Now up on the floor exercise, Jennie Dantzscher.
Jamie Dantzscher in 4th place. Remember, once again, the top 3 make it to the Worlds. She needs to be just about perfect.
Oh, yeah, nice double layout. She showed up at the U.S. Championships a couple of weeks ago and had the exact same floor. Full. Beautiful front tumbling.
She has been stringing together some strong scores in this competition.
Good job, girl.
Oh, good. That's so good.
That feeling inside again.
Good job, Jimmy. That was awesome.
Hey, good job.
Boy, there are a couple of powerful tumblers in this building. That layout double back was spectacular. Nice body position, very quickly rotated, which is the smart way to do that move. This move is exactly the opposite. You don't want back rotation. You want to hang it up in the air and twist it 3 times around that axis. Boy, did she rock that.
On the floor exercise,
Jamie Dantzscher's score on floor exercise, 9.762. That could help close the gap on 3rd place and Alyssa Beckerman. One final rotation left to decide who will be on the world team.
Let's hop into new Austinland shampoos and conditioners.
Each new shampoo smells sweet and snappy. What bounce, what shine is my hair happy. No tears or tangles when you shampoo. Let's hop to it with a kangaroo.
Austinland, let's hop to it.
Buy 4 Michelin tires now and get a free emergency roadside kit. Play the Michelin Buy 4 and Score game and maybe win a Dodge Viper, plus other great prizes. See your participating Michelin dealer by October 31st.
I'll be at the office.
Oh, yeah. Yes!
Oh, my back.
Here, try this. You crazy, you'll blow his cover. Use Sports Cream. Get all the pain relief without the medicine odor.
Have a seat. Office.
Counting down the top 20. His courage, on and off the diamond, would forever change the game and a nation. Sports Century athlete number 15, Jackie Robinson. Friday at 10:30 on ESPN. Presented by General Motors.
We are back. The start of the final rotation. Elise Ray in first, Antolin second, Beckerman third, Dantzscher right behind in fourth, and Morgan White. Here we go. Beam routine of Alyssa Beckerman.
All day long, Mary Lee Tracy has talked about focus. This is her moment. Played it safe on that mount. She normally does a combination jump for more bonus points. Made a smart move there when she was a little off. Oh, no. Major deduction, half a point. So close between her and Jamie Dantzscher now. Dantzscher also to go on the beam in this final rotation. She scored a 9.775 at the championships. 9.5 in day one of these trials, so she has the ability and the finesse to get a huge score here. The other element, of course, is the pressure. Nice combination. Beautiful full turn with the leg horizontal right into an aerial. Should be a triple twist at the end. Okay, she made around about 2 3/4, which is kind of typical for her.
Good. All done. You have to see what happens.
Okay.
Okay? All right?
You think I made it?
That might have cost you. Okay.
Oh, you heard that from her coach, Mary Lee Tracy. Here is a look at the fall, the round-off layout.
And it counts. Now, everybody still has to go, so we have to see what they do. They have to go up and do the beam, too. Okay? Just sit down and be calm.
Okay.
Elise Ray on floor is next. She is virtually assured of being on the team. She has led wire to wire. She has been magnificent.
Scored a 9.725 in day one here. This routine is just a treat. Very pretty. Yep, she's going to China with the rest of those young ladies. Kristen Maloney, Vanessa Atler, Jennie Thompson. Take a look at this first tumbling run. This is a triple full through to a punch front. Few gymnasts in the world can pull this off. and she nailed it. And then the rest of the exercise, the polish and the body line, is world class.
So with that floor exercise, Elise Ray should have no problem keeping her lead. But during her routine, Mary Lee Tracy explained a different story to Alyssa Beckerman.
There's only three spots left. Elise Ray, there's Jeanette, and there's Jamie. And if they hit their routines, that's probably going to bump you out. I mean, that's how close it is. I mean, if they hit their routines, that mistake will cost you. And that's just life, you know, it's just the way it is. Yeah, it was.
We're coming back. When we do, we'll give you the scores for Alyssa Beckerman and Elise Ray. Stay with us. Final rotation continues in a minute.
How did UPS become the official express delivery sponsor of the NFL? Well, let's just say they put us through a very challenging drill. For the earliest next day delivery, count on the same people the NFL does. UPS.
Minivan with seating for 8.
Pick you boys up same time tomorrow?
Life is more exciting in Montana by Pontiac.
I think AOL is one big community.
It's not hard at all to use.
Customer service is always there to help.
I've never heard of anybody else having what AOL has.
People that are on are just like you.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Sign up today.
Unlike most cheerleaders, I actually follow the sports that I cheer for. I'm a regular sports fanatic. And that's why I read ESPN, the magazine. ESPN, the magazine, is the magazine for all us sports insiders. Just the other day, I said to the coach, "Hey, Coach, did you read that Peter Gammons article in ESPN, the magazine last month? Was that in depth or what?" ESPN, go ESPN, the magazine.
Elise Ray's score
for Elise Ray on the floor, 9.625. A different story for Alyssa Beckerman. She received 8.825 for her beam routine. Very disappointing for her and her coach, Mary Lee Tracy. You're looking at the ankle of Amy Chow. She is scratched from the rest of the competition. Her final routine. Ice is on that ankle. Once again, she hurt her foot 9 weeks ago, so she's just back in competition. Now, the pressure is on Jeanette Antolin. She is in second place. There are really 2 spots available on this team. Elise Ray is a lock. Antolin needs 8.783 to stay ahead of Beckerman.
This is enormous pressure. As a former competitor, I forget how scary the final trials are. And to do it on the balance beam in her last event. Should be 2 back handsprings to a layout here. Aggressive. She scored a 9.4 in day 1, so she has the ability to get a big score here. Back handspring, full twist, straddle down. Tell you one thing, she's not holding back. That's her nature. She attacks every movement. Should be a round off to a pike double back somersault. Oh, yeah. Outstanding. Under enormous pressure. Don Peters has been there before. He knows how important that was for her.
This is what you did. You didn't make the kick because somebody else screwed up. You made it. That's what's fun. See, that's fun. Good job. That was good. Guys, a lot of pressure and you're tough. And you're my girl. You're tough.
Just missed in 97. Now she's looking good.
Nice move. It's called an Omilianchek to a handstand and then around the beam.
Taking a kill. And gone for so much new stuff in one season, ever. And it was tough. You know, it was really hard, and it made it a lot harder for you. But it's there. You got it now. You got the stuff, and you can do it.
What a thrill for Jeanette and Don Peters, as he mentioned. He really upgraded the level of difficulty. She came in here and threw all the stuff and got away with it. Good for her.
All right, let's go back to the floor. Tasha Schweikert. If you just joined us or weren't with us earlier, the youngest gymnast in the competition.
Normally very consistent on this event. She's a powerful tumbler, but she did fall in the prelims. Right, double back. Wow, nice and high. Now it's on the second pass where she had trouble in day one. Oh. Little bobble in those dance elements. There you go. Is a triple twister.
Ending with a flourish. Tasha Schweikert.
Good finish for her after having 3 falls in day one of this competition. Nice strong finish.
When we return, the score for Jeanette Antolin. We'll have the floor exercise for Morgan White and the crucial beam routine for Jamie Dantzscher.
Where is my magazine?
Subscribers to ESPN the magazine, including Marcus Camby, really look forward to each new issue. They love the magazine and their free ESPN the magazine windbreaker. It's wind and water resistant with an embroidered ESPN the magazine logo and a zip front pocket. So call now for ESPN the magazine. Get 26 issues, a year's worth for just $1 an issue. 66% off the newsstand price. And our ESPN the magazine windbreaker is free.
Hey, man, that's my ESPN the magazine. Go order your own.
Mr. Camby?
Call now for ESPN the magazine and your free windbreaker. 1-800-491-2233.
Hi, my name's Rick, but everyone calls me The Rick. And yeah, so I'm on ESPN.com. I like to go on and check the scores of my sports fantasy teams. One of the things that's cool about that is I'm into fantasies and fulfilling dreams. I'm playing a lot of wiffle ball. lately. One of the things that I've been using to kind of mix it up a little bit that they don't expect is I lay a couple of bunts down every once in a while. And it's kind of an underused strategy when you're playing home run derby.
With the pressure on, Jeanette Antolin came through on beam. 9-5-3-7. So Antolin looks like she's on the team. Once again, the top three go to Worlds. Still to come, however.
Now up on the balance.
Is Jamie Dantzscher.
Jamie Dantzscher.
Dantzscher is in fourth. Morgan White in fifth. Both mathematically alive here.
And it all depends on 2 more beam routines.
Dantzscher needs a 9.070 to beat Beckerman and break into the top 3 at this point. But then comes Morgan White, and she would have a chance.
Watch this risky move. Oh, she stayed on. Okay. Saved it. She's not holding back. Yesterday, she fell on that. Scored an 8.775. Oh, man.
That was very close to a fall.
Tell you what's so impressive about this competition is that under this enormous pressure, these gymnasts are not watering down their routines. They're aggressively going for the hard skills, and this will be important for the gymnasts who compete in China. The best gymnasts in the world now are Romania, Russia, China. They need to do this level of difficulty to earn a medal at the Worlds or the Olympics. This should be a triple full at the end. Nice quote. Oh, she never really came to a finish. Trying to finesse that landing the best she could.
She thinks it works. Once again, she needs 9.070 at the minimum to break into the top 3. Trying to make her first World Championship team. With a sense of relief on her face that it's over.
Oh,
it's just over.
Incredible.
You make me cry.
This was a clutch move here. Back handspring full. She could have watered down, maybe done an easier element. She gave away a few tenths of a point without question, maybe more. But the fact that she stayed on the beam might be the difference in whether she goes to China or not. We'll wait to see what the judges do with it.
Oh.
That feeling inside, just remember it right now, okay? That's what you work for, okay? That's all you
Our final competitor of the night. On beam, Morgan White. Morgan needs a huge score, but she could do it. She needs a 9.814 to get to the Worlds.
Scored a 9.475 at the championship, so a 9.814. A tough challenge for this young lady. There, but not a major break. Front somersault. Solid. I can't remember when I've last seen so many clutch performances back to back. This is the intensity of these final trials. Should be a triple full dismount. Not quite all the way around. She's not going to get the 9.814, but she did do a nice job here.
Great competition. Great job.
All right. We have finished the competition. Now, who will be the top 3 to make it to the World Championships? We'll sort it out when we come back.
There's a boy outside. His name is Jim. He wants to know if I can play with him. Dance with him. Marry him. Can I?
Daddy?
Can I?
Visa Platinum. Exceptional credit limit. Visa acceptance for purchase power.
Daddy?
You can really use.
What do you have, folks?
Large pepperoni pizza.
And a Pepsi, please.
Sure thing, Curly.
Thank you.
We both know I ordered a Pepsi Cola. And now you've insulted me by offering me this. But I'd like to give you a chance to make amends. Capiche? Yeah. Here you go.
Good eye.
1-800-COLLECT presents Sergeant Savings.
About face? That's our excuse for finger just dial 0 to call collect. Did you bring old AWOL, boy? Why didn't you use 1-800-COLLECT?
It was just a quick call.
It doesn't matter, Dolly. 1-800-COLLECT still cheaper by a buck or two. You understand, girly man?
Yeah.
Good. Now start saving and dial 1-800. COLLECT. Save a buck or two, okay?
People think I live a pampered life, but I work hard to keep up my business. For example, no matter how late I was out the night before or how much I want to hit that snooze button, I always manage to wake up first thing in the morning and catch that 11 a.m. Sports Center.
Powering up. You got it. 3 homers in 3 games of tornado tactics to start the season.
It's not easy, but it's all about commitment.
Alyssa Beckerman has returned, but we don't know yet if she's going to make it. The score for Dantzscher on beam, 8.850.
Oh, I think that's severe. Now, the judges only gave her a 9.5 start value. She missed some bonus elements. Anytime you have a major deduction on a move that you're going for bonus points, you not only get the deduction for execution, but you also don't receive the bonus points. So she got doubly hit for having that balance bobble on that difficult combination.
Well, be careful now.
Now remember, she needed a 9.070 to beat Beckerman. So as it stands now, that score won't be good enough. However, for the last few minutes, the judges have been looking at the tape of Jamie Dantzscher's beam routine. An inquiry has been filed by her coaches. There is a chance her score will be changed. Let's give you the score for Morgan White on beam 9.4. She doesn't make it. Just scant tenths separating the third and fourth spots.
See, the problem with that final pass is you're looking there. The judges are analyzing, did she come to a complete stop? You need to stick the landing. She knew she didn't stick the landing. She probably should have taken one step and closed, but instead, she kept moving. Now, what do you do with that? She knew she wasn't going to nail the landing, but she didn't want to also take 2 huge steps and then come to a stop. She put it right in the hands of the judges, and they don't know what to do with it.
It's between Dantzscher and Beckerman.
Am I going to China? Mine's small, right? Oh, no.
Well, Alyssa Beckerman will be going to China with the U.S. World Team. The judges upgraded Jamie Dantzscher's start value and thus her score by 0.2 of a point. But that is not enough to beat Beckerman. So the top 3 American gymnasts coming out of the trials, Elise Ray, Alyssa Beckerman right there, thought she was out of it. Very, very disappointed. Went back into the runway, and when she came out, she had worked her way onto the team by 0.2 of a point. Let's go down to Kim Anthony. Kim?
Well, guys, Alyssa, you just made your very first World Championship team, and your meet was going great up until the last event. What went through your mind when you fell?
Oh, God. When I fell, it didn't hit me quite as I was doing the skill that I fell. I kind of just get back on the beam, and I was just thinking, hit the rest of my set, and I better hit it, real good. So that's all I was thinking about, was just hitting the rest of my routine.
Well, how hard was it to wait for the final decision to be made?
It was tough. I was hanging tight in there and crossing my fingers and just praying that I still had a shot.
Well, you made it, and congratulations. Good luck at Worlds.
Once again, the top three: Elise Ray, Jeanette Antolin, and Alyssa Beckerman. Let's go down to Kim Anthony.
Well, Jeanette, 2 years ago, you were an alternate for the World Championships. This year, you made the team, and you had so much pressure on you going into balance beam. What did you think about right before your event?
Before every event, I just said a prayer to God, and I just went out there and went as hard as I could and tried to do better than I did on Thursday, and it all worked out. So I'm really happy about it.
Well, congratulations. Elise, you came out of this meet on top. It was your first major win in a major competition. What do you think about making it to the World Championships?
I'm so excited to represent the United States at my first Worlds. So, and we have a great team going in, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, congratulations to both of you. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Chris.
All right, Kim Anthony and Jamie Dantzscher. What a performance today. She comes oh so close. She will be on the team as the alternate, but she will not compete in China.
She ended up missing the team by 13 1/1000ths of a point. That's a rough thing to watch.
All right, we're going to come back one more time. We'll meet the entire United States World Championship team right after this.
Will I be when they knock on my door? Where will I be when the aces are four? Where will I be when fate asks for a dance?
One day, you'll find a place where you know you belong. Will you be ready? Understanding your credit is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the new free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
College football Thursday. Can Toledo corral the thundering herd of Marshall? Game night at 7:30. Toledo Marshall at 8. Thursday on ESPN.
The 1999 USA Gymnastics World Team Trials have been brought to you by Aussie Hair Care. We do hair a little different. And by Visa, preferred card of the USA Gymnastics team. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. There they are, the 1999 team that is going to China to represent the United States in the World Championships. Vanessa Atler did not compete here. Petitioned onto the team, as was Kristen Maloney and Jennie Thompson. Beckerman very, very happy. Dantzscher will be the alternate. A strong alternate, we should say.
And she needs to stay prepared, because if there's an injury, she steps onto the team. Kristen Maloney looks terrific. Better than she's looked in a long time. Clean form and better execution. Elise Ray, and of course, Jennie Thompson.
How strong a team, in your opinion, will this be at the Worlds?
This is an excellent team. The toughest teams in the world right now are Romania, Russia, China. I think the U.S. can challenge them for a medal. They'll need to be consistent, and perhaps the experience that these gymnasts had tonight will help them. That was enormous pressure. I forget how scary the final trials are. Man.
We'll have the competition to select the men's team next Monday right here on ESPN, and coverage of the World Championships from China 2 weeks from tonight. Our thanks to Max Groove on the piano for his help with our opening music. Hey, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. For Bart Connor and Kim Anthony, I'm Chris Marlowe. So long from Kansas City.